In this video, I've got 5 variations on the strawberry mojito. I'm going for the proper, and then we're going to take it off in different directions, all to give you inspiration so you don't even get bored with the plain old simple strawberry mojito. So all of these recipes are going to be using Monin Le Fruit strawberry puree. It's a 50.1% fruit content with 49.9% sugar. I do like to balance the Monin Le Fruits with just a touch of simple syrup as well, or gum syrup in this case, but you do you. And if you want to make these cocktails at home or you don't have this puree, any other brand will work. Even a strawberry syrup you can kind of play about, or you could even use fresh, real life strawberries. But you know me, I like to sort of advocate for faff-free, long life and shelf stable. Let's dive in. So to start off, let's go with the plain and simple strawberry mojito. 5 ingredients, although I am going for 6, I'll explain in a second. But you want the lime, you want some fresh mint, you want your rum of choice, some soda water. And as I've said, we are going to be focusing on Monin Le Fruit in here. But if you want to use, like if you've got some really juicy, ripe strawberries, 3, 4, 5 strawberries, you go for your life. These are 50.1% fruit, so 49.9% sugar. But I like to balance these out, the Monin Le Fruits, with just a touch of simple syrup or gum. First off, take your lime, hard surface, give it a roll. That'll make it easier to kind of get the juice out. You see that little bit that's come off the tree? We're just going to chop a couple of millimeters off the end just to get rid of that bit. Flip it round, North Pole, South Pole. We're going to cut it through there, and then we're going to cut each half into 3 wedges, giving 6 wedges in total. And then we're just going to simply dump all those in our glass of choice. Now, as I am balancing out with a touch of sugar, I'm just going to add 10 ml so we can muddle down the limes to get all that lovely juice out of there. But if you were going to use real strawberries, now is the time you'd put in your 3, 4, 5 strawberries. Now, just take your muddler. Don't do that. Splash back lime juice in your eye. That freaking hurts. You don't want that. Just simply push down and twist with your muddler about 8 to 10 times. Get all that juice and nice flavour out of the zests. Now I'm going for the mint. If you've got decent mint leaves like this, you want about 8 to 10, but kind of adjust that to your own taste as well. I kind of like 8 to 10 mint leaves in a mojito. We're not going to muddle these. I think that's where bartenders go wrong. You don't want to do that. Just simply pick 8 to 10 mint leaves off in the palm of your hand. Give it a little smell. Nice and minty. But now what we want to do is spank the mint. That's all you need to do to it. Spank the mint. Now smell it. It's just mint on steroids. So all we're going to do is just chuck that straight in the glass. Then you want your rum of choice. I'm just going for, it's a daytime drink today, so we're going for 45 ml, 1.5 ounces of your favourite rum. Now for this stuff, the Monin Le Fruits, I've played about with this quite a lot. I've got my own specific kind of ratios to this. I do like 20 ml of Monin Le Fruits to 10 ml of sugar. I think that gives me, personally, perfect balance. But you do you. Monin advocate for 30 ml and no sugar. But again, just play about. But I'm a big fan, and I've done a lot of this on masterclasses. I kind of gauge people's palates. So I'm going for 20 ml of the Strawberry Le Fruit. And then have a look at this as I pour it. This is why I love this stuff, because it's got proper, real life bits of strawberry in there. And as I said, that's why I love this stuff, because it'll just sit on your back bar after opening. It's long life and shelf stable. They do say consume within sort of a month or so, but you know, you can go a bit further. These will just go out of, you know, they'll go all soft and mushy in 3 or 4 days. This just makes cocktails at any time perfect. Now I like to add my soda water now. I do a lot of cocktail masterclasses. It's just easier to teach it this way when you're out and you're not behind a proper bar. So I go soda water. Never dilute your mojitos too much. I normally say I usually use the smaller glasses, but no more than half a glass. In this, I'm going to go for less than, like, bump the liquid up to about 1/3 of the glass. So that'll be perfect just there. Add some crushed ice until your liquid is about 2/3 of the way up the glass. Take a long bar spoon and we're just going to give it a churn. Bring the strawberry, the limes and the mint, stir it all through the cocktail. Then crown it with more crushed ice. Remember, the more ice you have in your glass, the colder your drink stays for longer, therefore the less dilution you get in your cocktails. Then to garnish, sprig of mint, that goes on top there. I do like using a Frona, sort of these are dried green lemons, but a dried green lemon there. Let's say you could use fresh strawberries. If you've got fresh strawberries, you go for it. I think that looks a treat. And the straw always goes in beside the sprig of mint, so when you have a little sip, it's the mint that's going straight up your nostrils. And in this case, the scent of the dried lime. I tell you, for me, the balance of that is perfect. The strawberry flavour really comes through, just with that little touch of sugar, just to kind of bring that out. I'm pretty confident if I put that on a menu, that would sell just like that. Not too sweet for anyone, you know, not too sour. That is just perfect. An easy strawberry mojito. Now, what if you want to make your strawberry mojito even easier? Well, now I'm going to show you a Faff-free strawberry mojito. These products are all long life, they're all shelf stable. It means you don't need mint lying around and you don't need strawberry lying around. And you don't even need fresh limes. So the rest of the ingredients, rum of choice, your soda water, but just to run you through this again, 50.1% fruit, 49.9% sugar in there. I do like to balance out with a little bit of sugar, which will actually come in the form of these two mojito or mint syrups, ODK and Monin. The choice is yours. I've got my own personal preference, but you do you. And then we've got long life and shelf stable lime juice as well, 30 days after opening at least. So we're going to start off with our long life and shelf stable lime juice, 30 ml straight in the glass. Now I am going to use the Monin in this. I think Monin is right. If we're doing Monin Le Fruit, we use the Monin. I'm not saying it's my favourite. Don't go there. But as I say, you do you. So I'm actually going to sort of dial this back a little bit. With the strawberry, so I'm going to go 15 ml of the strawberry, but I'm going to do 15 ml, half an ounce of the mojito syrup. As we're still daytime drinking, 45 ml, 1.5 ounces of your rum of choice. And then your strawberry Monin Le Fruit. As I say, I'm going for 15 ml this time, just slightly less, but we've got a little bit of extra sugar because we've got the mint flavour in that sugar. So 15 ml of Monin Le Fruit strawberry. Add some soda water, about between a third and halfway up the glass. I would go a third, don't over dilute it. Add some crushed ice, so your liquid is about 2/3 full. Take your long bar spoon, again, give it a swizzle, just to combine all those ingredients. Crown with more crushed ice, and then garnish this time. Because we don't have any mint and we don't have any strawberries, just a Frona dried lime. But as an extra little touch, Frona actually do dried strawberries as well. So I wouldn't use them as strawberry flavour in a cocktail, but you could certainly use them as strawberry garnish, strawberry decoration on top of your cocktail. Again, that is delicious. Same level of sweetness as before, even though we've played with the ratios. You get that lovely sort of fresh mintiness come through. The strawberry is slightly dialed back. But again, I'm confident that would sell on any cocktail menu. Now for your next strawberry mojito variation, what happens if you want to add another flavour to this, but you still want to keep it long life and shelf stable? So again, we've got those two syrups, but you could kind of use, a juice, not a syrup, but those two syrups and a juice. You could use a lime, of course you could. You could use fresh mint, and then you could do something from a different brand like Real. You could do a different flavour of Monin there, for instance. You could go that direction, like a guava, a passion fruit, or something like that. You could swap that out if you're using fresh mint. But I'm keeping this long life and shelf stable. I'm just going to flip up the soda water and add Fever Tree's rhubarb and raspberry soda water. For me, it has got quite a big rhubarb notes to it. You could go another rhubarb soda if you wanted to. So now we've got kind of a strawberry and rhubarb mojito. And the only other ingredient we need to add is just our rum. So same as before for the Faff-free version I did. 30 ml, 1 ounce of lime juice, 100% shelf stable lime juice. 15 ml, half an ounce of your Monin mojito syrup. 15 ml, half an ounce, or play about. If you want to up it to 20 ml, 25 ml, you have a little play. But 15 ml, half an ounce of Monin Le Fruit strawberry syrup, strawberry puree. We're still daytime drinking, so 45 ml, 1.5 ounces of your rum of choice. And then same as the soda water, we're just simply replacing the soda water with Fever Tree's, which way round is it? Rhubarb and raspberry tonic water. So a third to half a glass, no more than that. Brushed ice until the liquid's 2/3 of the way up your glass. Long bar spoon, give it a stir, combine those ingredients, crown with more crushed ice. And then, as you know, my fruit and veg man has just delivered. So now I've got some fresh mint and a strawberry. But you know, if you want to keep it long life, shelf stable, you don't want fresh stuff about, the Frona dried fruit stuff is just perfect garnish for this. Besides, we've kind of got to make the thumbnails look pretty, haven't we? And I promise you, for those of you that hate tonic water, you never taste the quinine out of these. Just think of all those flavoured tonic waters as soda waters. That's all they are. But the rhubarb and even a touch of raspberry does really come through. But that is just delicious. Strawberry and rhubarb mojito. Now for the next strawberry mojito variation, I'm up on the ante even more. We're still keeping it long life and shelf stable. We're still doing all of these products. So your 100% shelf stable lime juice, strawberry puree, mojito syrup. So you don't need fresh strawberries, you don't need mint. But we're going for a rose equivalent this time instead of the rhubarb soda. So we're going for raspberry and rose from Fever Tree, but a rose lemonade will work just as well for this. I do get raspberry notes off this, but I do get a healthy dollop of rose. So that's the first variation. But I'm just going to add a touch of this to give us a bitter, sweet strawberry and rose mojito. You know the drill by now. 30 ml, 1 ounce of lime juice, 15 ml, half an ounce of your Monin mojito syrup, 15 ml, half an ounce of your Monin Le Fruit strawberry puree, or if you accidentally slip and put 20 ml in, if you want it a bit sweeter, just add a touch more. Now, if this was early evening, I definitely think 45 ml of this would work because we're adding a touch of Aperol this time as well. So 45 ml, 1.5 ounces of your rum of choice, then 15 ml, half an ounce of Aperol. I think you could actually use Campari in this as well, but I do love the Aperol vibes with some of these, especially with like a strawberry. I don't want it too bitter, but I just want a touch of bitterness. And then we've got the raspberry and rose lemonade from Fever Tree. Again, not overly sweet at all, even though it's a lemonade and not a soda. I don't think it's any sweeter than what the tonic waters are, which I effectively call soda waters. So crushed ice until your liquid is 2/3 of the way up the glass. Long bar spoon, give it a churn. Crown with more crushed ice. And let's go back to the sprig of mint and a Frona dried lime. Do you know what? I think even having the mint syrups about, even if you have got mint, is just a great, because it just saves you time. If you've got a party or if you run a pub or a bar and you're busy, it just saves you time and gives you exactly the same taste. I defy anyone to be able to tell the difference if you balance the sugar ratio out perfectly. Bitter, sweet, strawberry and rose mojito does exactly what it says on the tin. Oh my God, that is delicious. Now for your last piece of strawberry mojito inspiration, there is still one direction that you can go in. To be fair, there's a lot more directions that you can go in as well. But we're still keeping this long life and shelf stable. All these products, even if you've got fresh fruit, just make your life easier. It's quicker to make the cocktails, but more importantly, they become consistent when you're making them time and time again. But this time, we're going for a spiced strawberry and ginger mojito. So the two additions are a ginger ale and your spiced rum of choice. So to start off, our lime juice, as always, 30 ml, 1 ounce of lime juice, 15 ml, half an ounce of the Monin mojito syrup. Let's do the rum while I've got this jigger in my hand. Let's go. It's getting close to the evening. 60 ml, double bubble of 2 ounces of your favourite spiced rum. I would go a more kind of vanilla-y with spices like your cinnamon, your ginger, like a traditional kind of spiced rum there. But whatever you fancy, you know, I think the darker the spiced rums, I think with those more caramelly, vanilla-y vibes, I think will work well with this. But experiment, have a little play. If you want more inspiration, come and stalk me on my own channels. Then we're going for our strawberry Le Fruit strawberry puree, 15 ml, half an ounce of that. Let's give you one final little close-up. Look at all that strawberry goodness coming out of that. And then to top up, I'm going with ginger ale. But in hindsight, I potentially might have gone actually ginger beer. Ginger, strawberry, like the dark and stormy and strawberry dark and stormies essentially. With mint, that's exactly what we kind of create here. But I'm just going for the slightly softer approach because at the end of the day, this is going in the office. And I think the ginger ale might be a little bit more on point to more people. But never over dilute too much. Crushed ice, long bar spoon, give it a stir to combine all those ingredients. Crown with more crushed ice. Remember, you can never have too much crushed ice. The more ice you have, the colder your drink stays, therefore the less dilution you're getting your drink. And as is the final one, let's go all out for the garnish this time. We've got our sprigs of mint, we've got a strawberry. With this time, we're going for a Frona dried lemon instead of a green lemon or a lime. But you know, as I always say, even if you've got fresh fruit about, long life, shelf stable products like this just give you more consistency, more speed, and it's half the faff. By the way, that's delicious. Actually, that ginger is feisty enough for me. But try it with ginger beer and let me know what you think.